Alright, hello class. Today we're going to talk about triangle sum theorem and exterior angle theorem. We've already alluded to the triangle sum theorem a few times. Basically, this is just saying that all the corners in a triangle, this one, and this one, should add up to be 180 degrees. So if you didn't know what this is and you're trying to figure it out, it'd be a simple equation such as this: 76 plus 72 plus x equals 180 degrees. These two you can add up, you get 148 with x that would make 180 degrees, and you just subtract the 148. All three angles should equal 180 degrees. So this corner here should be 32. Okay, so triangle sum theorem just says all the angles in a triangle should add up to be 180 degrees. So if we're using this picture here, our goal would be to find the measures of angle 1 and angle 2 and angle 3, and not necessarily in that order. You can do it however you feel. Okay, so as I'm looking at this, I noticed that angle 1 I can't really figure out because I need at least 2 of the angles, and I've only got one right there. Angle 61. This one is 61 degrees. So instead, I need to start with the other triangle. So I'm going to use this triangle here, triangle ABC, and I know that 20 and 78 would make 98 degrees, and I got to figure out how much more do I need to get to 180. So in other words, you could do this angle 3 here is equal to whatever 180 minus 98 is. Okay, so I do some math here. 2 more degrees would make 100. And then 80 degrees would make 180, so I need 82 degrees. This corner is 82 degrees. Now, we might remember some stuff about vertical angles from before. So vertical angles are congruent. That means angle 2 is 78 degrees. And then now we have enough information where we can figure out this smaller triangle at the bottom. We got 78 and 61. You could write an equation if you wanted to, 78 plus 61 plus the measure of angle 1. If I call that x, all three of those together would make 180 degrees. Okay, so you can do a little math. This is 159, I believe. No, that's not right. 139. Sorry. And with whatever x is, you should get 180 degrees. So you figure out what x is. It looks like x is going to be 41 degrees on that question. All right, moving on. The same idea in this picture. You are trying to figure out all the unknown angles. Remember the ones with degrees we know. This is angle named angle 4. This is angle 5, angle 6, angle 7, angle 8, angle 9. Those are the ones we're trying to figure out. So also keep in mind that these arcs mean those angles are the same thing. These red arcs are congruent to each other. So let's see. Where would be a good place to start? Well, I don't have 2 of the 3 here in this triangle. I don't have 2 of the 3 there. I have 2 of the 3 here, so I'm going to start with this triangle XYZ. So 58 and 65 together are 123. These two are 123 together. And so I need to take 123 from 180. And that'll tell me how much angle 7 is. 7 will make 130 degrees, so I need 57 degrees, I believe. So this answer right here is 57 degrees. And now I can use some facts that we've learned earlier in the year, like these two are a linear pair, so 57. And then I can figure out how much I need for angle 6. Okay, because together linear pairs should be supplementary. So 57 plus what makes 180, or in other words, 180 minus 57. That would mean that I need 23 degrees. 123, sorry. 123 and 57 together will make the straight angle right there of 180. Hopefully I haven't lost you too much. So inside this triangle is 180. Next to each other is 180. Okay, so I figured out that should be 123. And then these two red angles should be equal to each other. So if I took 123 or 180 minus 123, then that would mean I'd have 47 left over for those two angles. Split the 47 up by 2, and that would be 23.5, I think. Let's see, 46, yeah, that sounds right. So this is 23.5, and this is 23.5. Right, angle 8 is 23.5. I didn't write down angle 9. It's 23.5. Okay, because those red arcs mean that they're going to be the same. And then you can kind of follow along. Right here, again, is another linear pair. And also you got vertical angles. So if I erase some of this extra stuff. This was 123 degrees. Vertical angles means this is also 57 degrees. And 57 and 67 would make 124. These two together are 124. And we should know that all three of these angles should make 180. So you could do like 57 plus 67 plus x and try to solve, put it equal to 180, but that's a lot of work. So most people would just add these two and subtract it from 180. So these two together is 124. 180 minus 124 is 6 and 56. So it looks like angle 4 is going to be 56. Angle 5 is going to be 57. That was kind of convoluted, I understand, but hopefully you got the idea. Alright, here's some more. You would be figuring out angle 1, angle 2, and angle 3. Those are the ones that don't have degrees, so that's the name of the angle. Once again, in this triangle, you know 2 of the 3, so you can figure out the third. You could do equation plus x, if you want to call this one x, equals 180. Most people are just going to add up these two and subtract it from 180. Because that's 122. Like I said, subtract it from 180. So x is going to be equal to 58 degrees. This is 58 degrees right here. You should keep in mind that a linear pair is supplementary. There's a linear pair. So 180 minus 57 would mean 123 right here. Okay, and then these two, here's a different color. These two, it's probably not best color. We'll make 140, let's see, 151 it looks like. And so if you get 151, how much more do you need to get to 180? So it looks like you need 29. Did a lot of quick math there. Hopefully that makes some kind of sense. So this is 29 degrees, that's 123, and we figure out down here is 58. Okay, moving on. So now the next part of the lesson is talking about exterior angle theorem. The exterior angle theorem says that this angle on the outside, the exterior angle, is equal to the sum of the what we call the remote interior. Remote means far away, so this one and this one. So angle 4 would be equal to the sum of angle 1 plus angle 3. Remote interior angles. Okay, so let's apply that concept. I'm just going to make up something here. Let's say this was 5x, and this is I don't know, 6x minus 10, and this one's 4x plus 3. I have 30. I have no idea what this answer is going to be. I'm just making it up on the spot. But the idea here is that the outside, the exterior angle, is equal to the sum of the angles that are furthest away from it. Okay, so we can add up these like terms. You get 10x. You can add up those like terms. You get positive 20. And that should be equal to 5x. So then we continue with your solving, subtracting 10x from both sides. And negative 5x would equal 20. And then we would divide, and you get x is negative 4. It's okay for the value of x to be negative 4, but if we plugged it back in, it wouldn't be okay for the measurement to be angle 4. Or to be negative. It's okay for x to be negative, but not the measurement of the angle to be negative. And if I plug it back in here, the angle is going to be negative, but that's just because I made it up off the top of my head. But that's a basic idea for exterior angle theorem. Okay, so now you got enough information, I believe, so that you can do the work on your assignment. Let's quickly talk about why this is. If you imagine this is like 130 degrees, and that would mean that this angle next to it, because it's a linear pair, would have to be 50 degrees. Okay, and we know that all the angles inside of a triangle have to be 130. So no matter what these are, maybe this one is like 100 and this one's 30. All three angles of these inside the triangle should add up to be 180. So these two must always be equal to this one. So all three of these have to be 180 inside, and then next to each other have to be 180. So they both share this 50 degrees here. Hopefully it makes some kind of sense. Alright, so exterior angle. The exterior angle is equal to the sum of the remote interior angles, the angles furthest away from it. Alright, good luck on your assignment.